What does a true family bank look like? As I always do on my channel, I'm going to share with you from my own personal perspective. I'm going to break it down to the T. So first of all, I invented what's called CAPL DR. First, I create cash flowing strategies for my income that make money while I sleep. I transmute my income outside of debts and non-negotiables and my cash flow from my dividends into assets, A, that beat inflation. When those assets beat inflation, I move it into P, which is protection, cash value life insurance, silver, stable coins to buy the market when it comes back down. That's P, protection, and my family bank component is the insurance, and I'll go into that in just a moment. Then we have L, which is leverage. That is the family banking component. Then we have DR, which is de-risk, de-risk. So let's go back to the insurance component where I store my profits from my assets. So I have a multiple ecosystem set up. First, I have a dynasty trust. That dynasty trust owns a Wyoming LLC. That Wyoming LLC owns my digital assets that are legacy assets for my family, the legacy brokerage, and it also owns my rental properties for my tax liabilities. So we have a dynasty trust, a Wyoming LLC, we have the assets owned by the Wyoming LLC, and then I have that Wyoming LLC in institutional grade custody. So we have protection on top of protection on top of protection. Then we have the cash value life insurance, which is owned by the trust, which creates a family banking component. So if something happens to me, I have the dynasty trust that's passed down to my heirs. I have the LLCs, which protects us from liabilities and lawsuits. We have the insurance that already is asset protected, and the insurance creates a family bank that we can borrow against at very low interest with zero liquidation risk to go into the markets to buy more assets that feeds the actual family bank. So that's the ecosystem that I have set up. On my left side, my earned income side, I have an S Corp that owns all my 6 companies. I'm a W-2 employee. Outside of my W-2, the dividends that I take, I work to pull in and extract it over to the protection side. And so if something happens to me, I'm just a W-2 employee. I'm a trustee of the trust that owns the Wyoming LLC, that owns the real estate, that owns the crypto, that owns the brokerage. That's a family bank. That's protection. And that's how winning is done.